Aquarian Pools and Spas. If you can dream it, they can build it. More than 50 years in business. Start your dream pool today. Aquarian Pools and Spas. 803-732-3636.
You said you're more excited. You more excited to have Darlington this weekend as opposed to Mother's Day weekend in May?
It all depends on the weather, right?
Okay.
Like the weather's gonna be beautiful this weekend. I'm all for it. If it was 45 degrees and we're gonna be fighting rain all weekend, I'd say, man, that's a bummer. But we got a good weather pool this weekend, so I'm excited for it. Early in the season, kind of as a race that we were talking about there, that can kind of tell you a lot about where guys are, I think is very important because Darlington is such a technical drivers type of track. So it's going to be fun. Again, grueling 400 miles. It's going to be fighting tires and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very excited for it and can't wait to be out there this weekend.
Yeah, the other part of it to me is you get Daytona right off the bat. You go, okay, Daytona, and now we're kicking this off. Here we go. We're ready to go. And I know it's our state and it's our race and everything, but it also feels like, bang, here we are. All right. It's kind of like, I don't want to call it the preseason. That's not fair, but NASCAR doesn't have a preseason, kind of like what we're going through.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, now we're into it. Here we go. This will obviously 1 weekend left in March, but this will really kick us into high gear of the NASCAR season.
Yeah, and with the way the schedule sets up where you have 2 super speedways and a road course in the first 3 weeks, that doesn't necessarily tell you who's going to be fast at the Darlingtons, Vegases, Kansas, Texas, the tracks you see more consistently throughout the schedule. So now we're starting to learn that through the next couple of weeks. And again, that's what makes this new or return to the old chase system so fun is you're following points every week on who's going up, who's going down, who put together a couple good races. And it's going to be fun to see those storylines play out over the rest of the spring and the summer leading into the chase starting coming up in September.
Penny Hardaway is going to stick around with Memphis for another year. That is really intriguing there. Now, the thing about Penny Hardaway was really wild. Last year, he had 29 wins and was a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. And then he has a really bad year this year. Zach Davis, by the way, going to play for him. Zach Davis did not have a good year at all. And with that being said, Penny Hardaway instantly got on the hot seat there at Memphis. And his seat is aflame going into next year.
Yeah, no, shows you the standard they have at a place like that where they expect you to be competitive in a conference like the American. And again, this year was a step back.
You start looking ahead to matchups that you may want on Saturday, Sunday. Any of them that instantly, I've got a big one. I think it would be the same one, but any of them that jump out to you.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get my bracket up here so I know who's lining up to face who here. But, as we get into the weekend, which, again, the second round, is kind of looked at as the funnest round as you get through the first round there. I think in terms of matchups that I'd really be intrigued by, they're both playing tonight, so that means they would play on Saturday. But I have BYU and Gonzaga advancing through.
Okay.
And I think a BYU-Gonzaga second-round matchup could be a lot of fun. On the other end of the bracket here, I got, Houston A&M because I fell for the buckyball thing like a lot of people, and it's such a unique style that I think could be prone for upsets, and obviously Houston's a tough out, and I don't have A&M beating Houston, but I think that could be a really fun game if both those teams advance through.